Alter, mit 24 Leuten, das kann schon geil werden, sage ich ganz ehrlich, ne? Spiele ich dann lieber als diesen anderen Kram da. Jetzt geht's los, Freunde. Jetzt kommt mein Teil. Call of Duty MW3 Zombies. Los geht's.
One of our patrols reported hostile contact. Then went dark. There's one! I can see him!
Call of Duty presents MWZ.
We'll infill into a low-threat zone. Nothing gets in, and nothing, I say again, nothing gets out.
Natürlich. Gibt's da ein paar neue Zombies?
Situation is dynamic and evolving.
Oha.
There are other friendly assets on the ground. Join forces to take out those threats.
Open World. Zombies.
Strike team, you have execute authority. Proceed
Oha.
to the high threat zone.
Bin ich aufgeregt? Bin ich aufgeregt? Ein bisschen. Dong. Weggepunch. Äffchen.
Monsters are real.
Oha, der ist neu.
Welcome to Operation Deadbolt.
Alright. Noch einer. Pre-Order, Unlock, Pre-Order, Unlock. Ja.
You just got a sneak peek at the end of that trail of the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint. More on that in just a bit. But now, let's welcome some very special guests from Treyarch, because you got Kevin Drew as well as Miles.
Also ich bin ja nicht so der große Fan von Open World Zombie Spielen, ne?
Miles is the Associate Creative Director. Welcome to the both of y'all, and it is so exciting to talk about some zombies.
Wenn es um Call of Duty geht, natürlich.
Yes,
It looks awesome in here. We just
Ansonsten
swapped over
schon.
to a little undead purple in the back.
When I think of the undead, I think
Weil das natürlich sehr...
I mean,
Ja,
there's
es
something
wird
about
wahrscheinlich
purple
sehr schnell
in zombies
langweilig
that
und
just-
auf den
it really
anderen
does
Maps,
something
wo
for me.
du halt
But
kleine
guys,
Gebiete hast,
earlier this week, we
ist
held
das, glaube ich, ein
an
bisschen
event
geiler.
At Treyarch, we were able to bring a couple of different groups of creators who are here today at Call of Duty Next into Treyarch. First time you guys have had folks in the studio in a long time. It was super exciting. We want to talk a little bit about the event and some of the awesome reactions we got to see in the room from these guys.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience bringing in those people. You know, zombies is traditionally something that is a mode based on exploration, discovery, but we felt like there's so much new here. We really wanted to get a group in there and play it, get
Geil.
hands-on, get impressions, get feedback, and we just had a
Und die haben
really
den Trailer
great
schon
time playing with them.
davor
To
gesehen.
see a couple of the reactions in the room there. They got to see some
Naja.
footage. They got some
Also ich war jetzt nicht so,
You guys answered
dass ich
about
so
their
mega
questions.
krass ausraste oder so.
Absolutely fantastic. There were so many awesome moments. It just felt right getting them into play.
Well, I was going to ask, like, as you know, having been in the lab, making this for so long, right? And then getting people to see it. In what you guys said before, I remember you guys mentioning that it's not a thing you do often, bringing people into the studio. So that must have been a very, like, almost revealing experience for you guys, right?
It felt very good getting outside people besides us playing it.
Yeah,
like
so you're like,
having
oh, wait a
good
minute,
time.
this game is good.
Hey, this is super fun. You know? So it's like, we were right. Yeah.
We did it! Guys, one of the most popular questions I noticed, you know, ripe amongst the crowd of creators that was their Easter eggs. We know them, we love them, we want them in zombies. What, if anything, can you tell us? Give us a little taste.
I
A little
mean,
tidbit, a little morsel.
little something.
Little taste.
we can't
Easter egg.
give it anything.
Well, then what should we expect?
Es gibt kein Easter
So
Egg.
if you were paying attention to that trailer you just saw for the first time.
Okay.
Maybe at the end, if you go back and scrub it, you might see something that you'll see that's kind of big. Now, I don't want to give it all away. There's a lot to discover in this open world zombies.
Oh yeah, and I think that is going to lead perfectly to my question, which is, with so much that needs to be unpacked here, I guess, you know, what I'm curious about is, like, what are the key things that you want the community to know about this iteration of zombies? The differences potentially from, you know, the previous game till this one, because you guys are having some fun with it out there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a mode based on experimentation, and we're really doing that here. This is taking our gameplay, our classic zombies gameplay and mechanics, and putting them on the big map and all of the experiences that offers with vehicles and the vast space and the higher player count. And then on top of that, putting it in the modern warfare era, where you have their equipment.
Bin mir nicht sicher, ob das ein Erfolg wird, Freunde.
And it's this massive open world co-op experience. So that's something that feels exciting. It feels
Weil wenn das
different.
Open World ist, wie lange spielt man da? Kann man da eine Pause zwischendurch
to
machen? Wahrscheinlich nicht, ne?
You know, Modern Warfare Zombies the way that you
Kommen
did
denn auch
this
Wellen?
big new way.
So we just saw an opportunity with the big map to have the biggest PvE experience we've ever had in the franchise. So
Yeah.
Which
in
is
the
saying
past,
something.
we had pure PvE.
Yes, pure PvE, no PvP.
You're safe here, and there's you know, we usually have four
Kind
players.
of.
Kind of,
Yeah.
you know,
Safe
it
is
is
relative.
shooting zombies at the end of the day. Yeah. But then you mentioned like the way that the game's played, the open world, but how do the players like interact with one another in that world? Because, and also, like, you know, I like running solo from time to time. Is that also something that's possible as well?
Absolutely. So it's 24 players total. You can go in solo. You can go in with your squad. But what's awesome is that you're all on the
24
same
Spieler?
team trying to do the same thing. So when you're out in
Krass.
the world, you'll run into other squads or other players. You can make a decision in that moment to, like,
Also 24
combine
Spieler
and
auf
form
einer
a
Map
super
ist schon
So you
krass.
can form a super team.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Aber natürlich, wenn du ein
Form
Open World hast,
Team.
kannst du
Ja.
nicht mit 4 Leuten da rumrennen. Das ist natürlich logisch. Aber die Frage ist ja, wie viele Leute du brauchst, um die Lobby zu starten, Alter. Also wenn du 24 Leute brauchst, dann...
If you want a challenge, you
Schwierig.
can go in solo, but it is a lot of fun to grab some friends, form those super squads.
Yeah.
And again,
Super squads.
the map is massive. There's zombies everywhere. There's other surprises
We're gonna
everywhere.
get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get
Also
to
ich werde auf jeden Fall reingehen, Freunde. Wenn ihr euch anschließen wollt, schreibt mir eine Nachricht auf Instagram. Dann machen wir einen riesen Squad, 24 Leute. Und dann geht's richtig aus. Geht's richtig ab.
Sets the stage for the narrative of Modern Warfare Zombies, in that we see Soap, we see Laswell, and more importantly, we saw someone who I didn't think we were going to see again.
That's right.
Miles, can you take us through what's going on?
What's going on here?
What's going on?
100%. Yeah, 100%. So, you know, that opportunity that Kevin talked about is, there's a few questions when people saw that cinematic, and if you hadn't, go and watch it. It's awesome. Hold on a second. Where are we in time and place? We are between Modern Warfare 19 and MW22, the year 2021, and that's really important to the story, because in true Treyarch Zombies fashion, we are always jumping eras, jumping moments, and really touching different
Was passiert da? Da
timelines
geht
in
wahrscheinlich
interesting
gleich
ways. I
dieses
can't go into
Portal
all of
auf,
it,
oder?
But there's a reason for
Oh, das ist
that.
eine
Now,
Bombe.
the next question which you're hinting to is, why is Zakayev alive? I saw him die,
Okay.
but did you? Did you really?
I saw him
there a
get
body?
shot. I saw him fall down a missile silo.
You saw
Er ist ein
him
Zombie.
fall. There was blood. But in true sort of story fashion, if there's no body, he's not dead. Now, Task Force 141 went back to that silo. There was water at the bottom. It had been drained. Lots of blood. And Zakayev was gone. Now, officially declared deceased.
Ooh.
But then whispers emerged that he's still alive. And now, of course, in true sort of villain fashion, he starts to hear whispers himself as he's recovering from falling down that silo, which he did.
Yeah, that hurts.
That hurts a little bit.
Yep.
Is about this new thing called Ethereum. And he wants to get it. And that really sets the stage. All of that, by the way, is day one getting in the door like you saw in the cinematic, which is, that's the start of the story. And players are going to experience this story just in really interesting ways.
So it's a flashback, it's canon, we've got worlds colliding with Cold War, with Modern Warfare. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the story really progresses in a new and interesting way. Let's take a look at how these come to life in the intro mission.
Yes, yes.
Oha, Intro-Mission. Geil. Das ist Zombie-Modus? Oh, nice. Da gucken wir mal rein, ne? So. Sieht so aus, als wenn da Zombies rumrennen würden. Alter, mit 24 Leuten, das kann schon geil werden. Sag ich ganz ehrlich, ne? Spiele ich dann lieber als diesen anderen Kram da. Aber sind denn direkt so viele Zombies da oder kommen auch Wellen? Haben die das schon gesagt? Also wenn, dann habe ich es nicht gehört. Ey. Oh, das ist ein Digger. Hä, das war doch... Hä, das war doch ein Gegner, oder? Ich dachte, da gibt es nur Zombie-Gegner. Wahrscheinlich ist das nur das Intro, ne? Das ist noch gar nicht das richtige Spiel. Vielleicht. Aber ich würde mir da ein bisschen mehr Detailgrad wünschen bei diesem... bei dem Zombie... bei der Zombie-Welt. Das sind doch echte Menschen, Alter.
Clear and hold that LZ strike team. Multiple enemies on approach. Weapons free on all threats.
So what you just saw there was just a little snippet of that story mission intro. And what's really exciting again about this opportunity across the open world is, like Kevin was saying, is we want to bring that story to the forefront. These story missions have handlers from the Modern Warfare world, from the Black Ops world, Cold War world that you might see. Some new friends along the way as well. And they're going to help you on this story and these missions that take you across the big map. Lots of different activities and cool things to do. Awesome cinematics and well. And again, the whole point of this is that if you're new to being a Zombies player, we want you to experience that story. We want you to get into it. But if you're seasoned and you just want to jump in and kill some zombies, you can free roam and do that and then jump to the story later. We really have embraced that open world sort of feeling across this, and that's really the exciting thing is it kind of pick your poison, that player pacing in that sense.
Modern Warfare 3 is about options.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more, you know, prevalent to me as I'm hearing you guys talk about this like throughout the day. Super awesome and great to see that like the player choice is very prevalent, right? But you know, Zombies has been a mode that's been in the game for such a long time. It's really, it runs side by side, parallel to Call of Duty and its incredible legacy. But there are still players that are going to be new to this, that are coming into this with a fresh set of eyes for the first time ever. What's in store for them? Because, you know, this could be a little jarring, right? There's a lot of stuff going on over here.
Absolutely. So Zombies can be pretty intimidating. And we know that there might be a lot of players who might only play Modern Warfare, or DMZ, or Warzone. So we've built this mode to make sure that they can have success and have fun and also support our veteran audience. So,
and on a brand new
map. And we'll talk about that more later.
Not later.
But here, for this mode, we've broken it down into 3 tiers of difficulty. So you're going to infill on the outer edges, and this is kind of like lower level difficulty. And new players can really hang out here for the duration of a match and have a great time. But our advanced players are going to want to try to get into the center of that map as soon as possible.
Und je weiter man nach innen geht, desto schwerer wird's.
What an arm on him. Yeah, I gotta say.
He yeeted the vial. Now we have a hot zone.
Yep.
And now we have to pay for it.
Ich finde halt die Zombies irgendwie nicht so geil. Also aus den, es gab ja immer diese End-Zombie-Bosse, die fand ich schon krass, ne?
Totally. But one thing that we know is that there are core Zombies fans that love this experience, live and breathe it. So what do you have for them?
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about that fusion, and like Kevin said, the experimentation was, well, how do you bring all those core zombie Treyarch features into this new world? And we've done just that. You can see we've got the mystery box. We've got wall buys. We've got the pack-a-punch, the pat machine. All of these things are spread out across this ginormous map. And as you go in, it's up to you. Where do you want to buy them? How do you want to accumulate your arsenal and your loadout? How do you want to tackle this world? But those zombies features are super key to making this feel fresh and really an evolution of that sort of open world feel as you get more powerful. And again, it's fused with the Modern Warfare DMZ feeling as well as buy stations as well, using the score streaks.
Features that you recognize if from experiences in other modes.
100%, which you may not have had in other zombies. So that's where you really, we've married them together in interesting ways. But
it's awesome.
The most important core feature, of course.
It's a sweet new feature, folks.
What?
is our cereal.
Zombie cereal.
You can't find this in the map. I wish you could. Yeah. It's actually delicious, though.
Yeah, it's here at Call of Duty Next. It has some awesome features. It's got a UV light.
It's outrageous.
alternate
I may or
cover.
may not have taken a box of
Oh,
those
yeah,
already.
I've stolen this.
I mean,
This
a
is
crate.
mine.
I'm not talking about a single box. I'm talking a single
crate.
crate.
Oh, wow.
What came off the truck, you know?
Wow.
And shout out to Off Limits Cereal for making this with the box.
Das kann man natürlich nicht kaufen, das
for
Ding.
Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and it's a woman-owned business, which is dope.
Awesome.
And it
Clang,
glows in the
clang,
dark.
bang.
Yeah. So I would be remiss to not hit on one of the really core features for our Zombies
Oh, yes.
players, and that's the Wonder Weapon,
Oh,
guys.
yes.
I need to know.
Yeah, so of course we have a Wonder Weapon, and it has been custom made again for this open world experience. It is the
boy.
Scorcher.
Oh, my word.
I'm gonna let you just
Alter,
look
was
at it.
kann
for
das
a second.
denn?
First raise.
Yes,
That thing is huge.
It's absolutely amazing.
Wunderwaffe.
The Scorcher again is built for demolishing the highest density of
was like
zombies you've
10
ever
targets.
seen
The
before.
Hordes.
Oh yes, the
We're gonna melt
Hordes.
Hordes.
Aber bis der
Absolutely.
losschießt, ne,
And
das
on top
dauert
of
immer ein
that, it's got
bisschen.
an alt fire that launches you into the air so that you can use it to engage. If you want to
Oft kann
jump
ich
into a
schießen mit dem
horde,
Ding.
if you want to get away from the horde of zombies, if you want to jump on a building or over
Ja,
a building,
moin,
like,
ist
it's
klar.
really
Wait, so you can like rocket jump
Oh,
with it, is
yeah,
that?
absolutely. It's once you get into like basically the flow state of using it and it's in your arsenal.
Also ich habe da jetzt schon Bock drauf, Freunde. Also wenn ich jetzt das Spiel hätte, würde ich direkt reingehen.
Scorcher.
Aber nur in den
Yeah,
Zombie-Modus.
it's absolutely fantastic.
Der andere Modus
And
interessiert
part
mich
of
nicht.
what makes Zombies so special, especially with this new open world field, is the replayability. Is this? It's not a one and done game mode. So how is Modern Warfare 3 Zombies gonna push that forward and take the next step in terms of what keeps players coming back for more every time?
Yeah, so this is a really kind of replayable mode. It's an extraction exfil mode, right? So you're trying to get deeper and deeper into the map, and at first, you're not going to be that successful. You're going to have to play a lot, over and over, gain mastery, try to take things out, make sure you successfully exfil.
Die Trophäen würden mich mehr interessieren, Alter.
With hit the ground running. with
Also
the right stuff.
speziell für diesen
And you talked
Zombie-Modus.
to me- We mentioned it before. We saw Zakayev yeet the vial in the cinematic. That has created the incursion zone, that super hot area we saw a little bit of on the TAC map. Can you talk to me about how?
Weil bei
the
NW1 war es, glaube ich, so, da waren
storm will
richtig
play
viele
into the map, what that
Zombie-Trophäen dabei,
vial
Alter.
did, and what the gameplay, repercussions are going to be for the
Right.
player there.
Und ich
Yeah,
hoffe,
so
die
this
haben nicht
thing
wieder
is-
diesen
it's a map,
Scheißmodus
and
da
it's
drin.
the
Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, wie der
spreading
hieß.
the dark aether. So
Source.
it will always be there in the map. It's going to dictate this time limit.
Ooh.
At 45 minutes, it's going to start growing and completely consuming the
dang.
map, and that's where you need
Oh,
to
yeah.
get out.
Yeah.
Sick,
A
Alter.
lot of zombies.
And it gets really, intense
So it's a total 1 hour
session.
limit. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 hour.
Was denn das für
1 hour
einer?
session. Again, those 24 players.
Das sah
it
jetzt
goes
krass
back to
aus,
getting
Alter.
in, again, player pacing. You want to stay on the outer edges, awesome. You want to challenge yourself, go into medium and high threat. But the Ether Storm waits for no one.
Nope.
And it will come, and it will make the zombies harder.
Yeah.
And that's part of the challenge and fun is, are we going into the storm to cleanse it?
Yeah.
Are we avoiding it?
What are we gonna
Are we
find in
getting the
there?
hell out of
What's
Dodge?
the exfil
Yeah.
plan?
What are we
yeah.
doing here?
What are we doing here?
Is really where you get into a lot of fun.
And really too, when you think about that heat map for zombies, part of that is going to be gearing up. You said you're spending, a lot of players will be spending a lot of time on the outer edges of the map or in the yellow,
Yeah.
gearing up, getting that loot, collecting the right things that we need to have a successful infill. But one of the most exciting things about that is how weapons will carry over from match to match.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with DMZ, we have contraband weapons, so everything you're finding in the match you can take out and bring it with you. We have,
Item persistence.
yes,
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
insurance
Okay.
slots, but we've really taken that to the next level with all the zombies upgrades. So, in the past, you've had to do all that just in game and you lose it. Now, all of those things have been formed into a consumable version called acquisitions. So things like Pack-a-Punch, weapon rarity, ammo mods, wonder weapons.
Yeah.
All of those things you can find in the match, and you can decide to use them then, or you can take them out and just start the next match, load up, Pack-a-Punch,
hot.
drink
Yes.
4 perks immediately, and now you're good
Aha.
to go. Like, you're going all the way.
Also wenn man,
Straight into the red zone.
wenn man,
juiced up on perks,
wenn man keinen Bock
right?
mehr hat,
Right.
sozusagen, und man hat jetzt alles aufgelevelt,
Oh, yeah.
dann kann man rausgehen, so wie ich das verstanden habe, und kann dann irgendwann wieder reingehen und hat die Sachen wieder in seinem Inventar. Ja.
Yeah, it's just like introducing this different kind of pressure with the time limit,
Yeah.
but then now giving players this additional ability to bring things in is huge.
Yeah, it's
sure.
it's part of that. How do you ease new players and seasons players, right? It kind of relates to rounds. If you're familiar from that, is like when you get into the higher zones and you have more of that arsenal, that's for those seasoned players. They're going to feel it, and they're going to want that challenge. Well, you know what? There's a big challenge there, so you better be loaded up on a bunch of stuff coming in to really succeed.
All right, we're getting into the lightning round here. Finally, Miles, I asked you before. You said that Zombies is all about discovery, and it is. We know those secrets, those Easter eggs are out there lurking in the world. But of all the secrets, again, I'm going to pressure you.
Keep going back to the well here, Steph.
What can you tell us? What should we be looking out for?
You know, I can't get into all of the secrets. I want to, but the team would kill me. There's a lot in there. But
we want people to find them.
darf nicht alle Geheimnisse verraten.
Taken advantage of this map. There's a
Aber
lot
es gibt
there
viele,
on
hat
day one
gesagt.
for discover. We love watching the community find these things. That is part of the fun. So we don't want to spoil any of it, but there's a lot in there, and we're already planning some fun stuff to come later as well.
Well,
So
look,
more coming.
you're not getting it out of us.
Well, you know what? Steph might be trying to dig deep. I will never do that, ever in a million years. But what can you guys tell me about the monsters? What do you tell us about all the monsters that we have coming up here? Because there seems like there's some wild ones that are going to be available for players to fight against.
We have a full gambit. It starts with just our zombies. We have more zombies than we've ever seen before in one space. They completely fill up this map. Anywhere you go.
Oh, die Hunde haben mich immer genervt, ey.
But then we have all of our other awesome enemies. So Hellhound.
Und die Viecher auch.
Who can disguise himself as a cache in the map, so you have to be careful. The Disciple, he buffs.
That was me this morning.
Just waking up.
Free coffee.
Buffing zombies and life draining the Mangler with his cannon and ranged attacks. So just all sorts of threats. But the Mega Abomination, he's about 3 times bigger than we last saw him. He's
because he needed to be bigger.
Yeah, he's now grown some crawlers under his stomach.
Oh, fun.
The dingle dangles.
He can't fit in buildings anymore. He's so big. So he needs those guys to
But he'll
go
still
inside.
get you in the buildings.
But this is when you talk about like that opportunity of open world is, okay, you think you're going to be safe. I'm going to run inside. No, absolutely not. The Abomination will send in these little creatures, and they will try to explode and flush you out. So really, it's, do you want to die by the lasers outside, or do you want to die by these zombie explosions? Again, it's up to you.
Your choice.
It's your choice.
Choose your own adventure.
That's right.
But perhaps more terrifying than monsters even for the first time. There are humans in Zombies as well.
The real enemies all along.
So this enemy PMC group is in the world.
That's another, you know, again, important to the story when you go back to Sakayev and this Terminus Outcomes PMC group. They're his muscle that he's hired. They found that Ethereum. They want more in true sort of bad guy fashion, and they are across the map. So for the first time, you're going to be able to, if you want, fight these AI. There's a gameplay loop tied to them where there's a progression on that side. And you can run into them. You can avoid them if you want. If you just want to chill out and shoot zombies all day, that's great. You want to mix it, that's cool. Or the coolest thing is to take a horde of zombies, and Kevin loves to say it's like a hornet's nest, which it is you shoot a few, you get a big horde of them.
They're upset.
And you basically train them right into the human
that's
AI.
cool.
And, and it's basically the zombies are third-partying.
Yes.
Right? Which is awesome. So we're 100% Team Zombies.
Das habe ich jetzt nicht ganz verstanden. Ist das ein anderer Modus oder ist das auch noch dieses Open-World-Ding?
So you can loot, get what you need, and get out. But it's really just, I can't express the moment when you unleash your own zombie horde on the human AI. It's really satisfying.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Vor dem Viech kannst du dich nicht verstecken, ne?
After the Zombies trailer earlier, but in a couple of minutes, Lottie's going to give you all the details on the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint. Stay tuned. That thing is absolutely absurd. It's 100% something you're going to want to see in Zombies day one. But I have some other news. We got a little taste of that big map that you guys keep talking about. I am excited to announce that the big map you saw here teased in Modern Warfare Zombies was actually your very first look at the brand new map coming to Warzone. We're deep diving into Battle Royale coming next.
Oh boy, it's going to be
tuned.
Awesome stuff. Firstly, Kevin, Miles, I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Your passion is infectious. Your love for this is truly
Excited to be
inspirational,
here.
and I'm excited to try it out now.
I wish we could stay and talk about it.
Yes.
I think we
You didn't
could.
draw your self-portrait.
Well,
Kevin drew some lovely zombies artwork
I
today
think we
that
could talk about this all
will be
day.
debuting later.
It's going to be awesome. I'm sure everyone's so
Thanks for
excited to
having us.
jump into zombies. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for sharing that love for this. And that, of course, wraps up our Modern Warfare Zombies
Alright.
portion of this show here. But next up, it's
Das war's.
Warzone with live Warzone
Das
gameplay
war Zombies,
and new
Freunde.
map details are going to be coming your way.
Interessant.
But first, a quick
Und
word
ich bin
from
mal
our
gespannt,
sponsors.
wie es sich in echt anfühlt.
Call of Duty next.